ont décidé d'échanger la constitution. On dit non. Regardez ce qui se passe encore à Lomé. Quelques députés en fin de...
Good morning, everyone that is tuning in on live, on radio. Hope you guys are having a pleasant and wonderful morning this morning. This is your girl Makiba. Jeremiah is not in, so I have to do a little bit of replacement. And that's right, we are back with another episode of 101 Fair and Balance with the VP. We also have Madame Fabiola and Monsieur Sébastien once. Yes, I'm gonna leave them present themselves, and after we're gonna get into details what we're gonna be talking about, French and English. All right.
Yep. Alors, oui. Donc, ce matin, on va vous parler.
Présentez-vous.
Voilà.
Speak French. Ok. Fabiola Rioual, chargée de mission politique de l'emploi de la collectivité.
Bonjour à tous, moi je suis Sébastien Vance, directeur attractivité, compétitivité et accompagnement des entreprises à la collectivité.
Alain Richardson, First Vice President, in charge of economic development, let's put it that way, with all that it includes employment, tourism, and what we are here to talk about is the new development or the new venture for the territory of St. Martin in terms of having a structurized and holistic policy where filmmaking and audiovisual activities are concerned. It was during the month of May of this year that the Territorial Council had approved its scheme or its program of development of filmmaking and audiovisual policies, and it was included the fact that in order to develop such a sector where we have great potentials on the island, it was needed that a funding be allocated in order to assist the development of the sector. And we've been able to work with a certain amount of partners at the national level who are specialized in these areas. And we've signed a tripartite convention just 2 weeks ago between the CNC, which is a national committee that finances movie making and all of the audiovisual policies. We also had in this signature the prefecture, the state, with the DAC, and of course the collectivity of St. Martin. We had last week a meeting where we invited all of the stakeholders in these sectors to assist a meeting of presentation of this fund. And today we are bringing again the information to the general public, all those who have artistic qualities and are either playwright or write movies, or those who have a plan to film a documentary or a film, whether it's a very short in time span film or a larger Hollywood blockbuster. This information that is shared here today is for you. We know that we have quite a bit of our young St. Martiners who have either studied or who are studying. Some have became professional in this field, and this information is destined to them. So I'll leave the floor over to both Fabiola and Sébastien, who will be able to give you much more detail on how one can be able to enroll, how one can also get more information. They'll speak in French, and I'll try to do a little translation. So, Fabiola, if you want to take the floor from there.
Yep, in French. Sorry. Hein?
No problem.
It's okay.
Ok. Donc, dans la continuité de ce qu'a indiqué le premier vice-président, donc aujourd'hui, on débute une structuration. Il y a un potentiel entrepreneurial important sur le territoire, une soixantaine d'entreprises dans le domaine de l'audiovisuel. L'audiovisuel, c'est large. Ça comprend aussi bien la radio, les télévisions, tout ce qui est technicien dans le domaine du cinéma, post-production, production. Donc aujourd'hui, on porte cette ambition de débuter une structuration pour que ces entreprises sur le territoire puissent se développer, et à terme, l'ambition à long terme, c'est de créer de l'emploi sur le territoire. Comme l'a indiqué le premier vice-président, on a beaucoup de jeunes qui se sont orientés vers cette filière, mais aujourd'hui, il est nécessaire que la collectivité puisse structurer pour leur donner les moyens de se développer. Donc on porte un programme d'action sur 4 ans, un fonds territorial d'aide financière à la production qui a été créé l'an dernier, mais qui est effectif depuis la signature de la convention avec le CNC. Monsieur Vance vous en parlera plus longuement puisque c'est sa direction qui le porte. On porte aussi pour 2025 un nouveau dispositif, passeur d'images. C'est un dispositif national du Centre national du cinéma à destination des jeunes du territoire. Il s'agit d'un dispositif hors temps scolaire pour leur permettre de découvrir tout ce qui est cinéma audiovisuel au sein des quartiers. Donc ça, c'est porté directement par la direction de l'action culturelle de la collectivité. On ambitionne aussi de créer un bureau d'accueil des tournages. C'est indispensable quand vous êtes dans la filière cinéma sur un territoire. Vous ne pouvez pas développer, fonctionner sans ce bureau d'accueil des tournages. Donc il ne se résume pas à faciliter l'implantation de tournage sur le territoire. Il est aussi là pour permettre à ceux qui sont sur le territoire, les entreprises de notre territoire, de pouvoir se développer aussi. On souhaite en tout cas, une fois le bureau d'accueil des tournages créé fin 2025, qu'ils puissent rejoindre 6 mois après la commission du film. Donc la commission du film, c'est un peu la maison mère des bureaux d'accueil des tournages à Paris, rattachés au CNC. Ça permet de rendre visible le territoire, notamment tout ce qui est technicien. Donc quand vous avez une société étrangère qui veut tourner en France, elle va aller sur le site de cette commission du film et elle va consulter tous les territoires, les techniciens disponibles, etc. Ça permet à votre territoire réellement de vivre et de créer, ça vous permet de créer de l'attractivité. À plus long terme, donc en 2026, on souhaite créer une première bourse.
Just pour faire a little bit of translation,
Yeah.
just rapidly. What Fabiola was developing and explaining, and I'll take specifically the one of the structures that will be set up during the course of this year, by the end of this year for sure. It is what you call the Bureau d'accueil et de tournage. It is basically the one spot area where anyone who has a project, a plan of filmmaking or needs information pertaining to the territory where filmmaking and writing of scripts are concerned, that one spot area is where you would be able to go and get a maximum of information, whether it is pertaining to the list of all the businesses that intervene in the industry, whether it is also to be able to get whatever kind of administrative authorization, because you would need to maybe film and have a road closed for a while. All of the works that one will need to go through in order to film, or in order to let's say mobilize the resources on the island. It is in this location where that will be found. Just before you ask the question, and we also look forward by the course of next year that our BAT, Bureau d'accueil et de tournage, be integrated in the national agency where all of the territories among the French Republic that has a Bureau d'accueil et de tournage will be affiliated. So I don't know any one of those big film producers who would want to film shoot a film in France, but in particular in St. Martin, will be able to also get extra information. So that is really a showcase on the national and international level for our Bureau d'accueil de tournage.
Okay. What I want to really understand is, does it have to be filmed in St. Martin? Does it have to be really based in St. Martin, or it can be somewhere else that the applicant would like to be filmed, or
well, where that's concerned, let's take an example. A local producer wants to shoot a film, let's say in Paris. Okay? Now, that person, since in the French constellation, the way things are organized, in nearly each region in France, you have a bureau d'accueil et de tournage.
Okay.
So, if you want to film in Paris, you don't have the information, we, through our bureau, can give you the basic information and put you in contact with, let's say, the bureau de tournage of Paris or maybe Guadeloupe, wherever it is.
Yes.
Okay, so that's part of the networking. If you also, through the funds, but Mr. Once is going to talk about the financial aspect, you can want to shoot a film, but you want part of the film be done in St. Martin and a part somewhere else. You would also be able to see how you can mobilize the different funds and also work with the different bureaux d'accueil where you want to turn. So the idea is to make it easier
For you.
Instead of you having to go and knock on 50 doors and so on to get a response. No. As I've always said, this government's policy, a way of doing things, when we present a project or a policy, it is a holistic. We do not want to, let's say, allocate some funds and say, okay, we gave you X amount and you shoot your film, or you have to get all the authorization and know who's who, knows what's what, etc. If you want to film, they'll explain you the different categories of films that could be eligible for funding. We want that when you come to the Bureau d'accueil de tournage, you really have all of the information that you would need so that you can carry out your project. And in terms of the funding, we have nearly from the inception of the idea, when you're writing your script, or your intention is to screenplay a book that was written by someone, a local person, for example, where you would have to buy the copyright, or we assist in that at that stage. We also assist in the production, the shooting of the film.
Okay.
And there can also be assistance in the distribution or the promotion part of the film. So it's really a holistic policy that we have worked on, and we are proposing to our film writers and our artists in the sector.
Okay, that's very interesting. And also, can one applicant want to submit more than one project, or or just one at a time?
Well, I'll leave maybe Mr. Once develop the fund, the financial part, so that from there you would know what is in place for a filmmaker or producer, however you want to call them, and then be able to get to the question whether you can submit at the same time several projects or so.
Ok, Mr. Once.
Tout à fait, merci beaucoup. Alors effectivement, le fonds territorial d'aide en faveur de l'audiovisuel et du cinéma est un fonds doté de moyens financiers assez conséquents, à la fois par la collectivité de Saint-Martin et par le CNC. C'est un fonds qui vise à soutenir la réalisation de projets tournés principalement sur le territoire de Saint-Martin, comme le disait le vice-président à l'instant. Tout type d'œuvres, donc ça peut être des courts-métrages, des films, des séries, des documentaires, toute œuvre dans le secteur du cinéma et de l'audiovisuel. Je sais qu'on nous a beaucoup posé la question si les clips musicaux étaient concernés. C'est vrai on sait que c'est assez important sur Saint-Martin, la création dans ce type d'œuvre. Alors pour le coup, ce n'est pas le cas parce que le fonds vise à soutenir des œuvres qui sont un peu plus longues et plus de l'ordre du film, de la série, du documentaire, plutôt que les clips musicaux qui sont déjà par ailleurs assez structurés et développés sur Saint-Martin. Ça, c'est pour le type d'œuvres qui sont concernées.
Just in 2 words, okay. The kind of production that is being aimed by this, it is audiovisual and cinema production. Regardless to the length of the film, because you have several categories. You have one that is less than 60 minutes. You have less than 60 seconds.
Less than 60 minutes.
Less than 60 minutes. You have the 26 minutes category.
Okay.
You also have the long, could be 2, 3 hours, 4 hours, 10 hours film. Okay, and in each category we have funding that is allocated pertaining to music clips. Those are not covered in this project, in this funding, because they are not considered as of a œuvre cinématographique and either a documentary. But nothing prevents someone from making a musical film.
Okay.
Okay. That is much more than just a clip. But a musical film. Like you have many musicals that you would see in the movies. Why not? If that's the area where they feel more comfortable, they can work on a real scenario and different songs and the whole works.
So also a documentary on music making in San Martin, for example. That will be covered.
So most likely the vision is for Saint Martin to be more seen.
Well, if it's a documentary, yes, it could be. It cannot be a promotional, like a advertisement, but it needs to be a documentary where really, there's a literal definition that of what is a documentary, but it needs to be not a report like a journalist would make a report. No, that's not eligible either.
But as in movies.
Movies, yes.
Musical
films, yes. A documentary on
how you call that? No choreographies, no music.
Well, in a musical, you can have the whole works, and you see Bollywood. Those Indian movies are generally a lot of singing,
yes,
and screen playing, and so on. So nothing prevents an artist who wants to make a 26 minutes or hour. Musical film.
I have another question, but that's most likely for the youths. Like, I'm a youth. Seeing that St. Martin children, the St. Martiners they have a lot of love for music. I find that it should have a package for creating films, music film, like for those that wants to direct in that part.
Well, as I say, in this package, if it's a music film, can be eligible. We are not talking about a clip. Among the other aspects of this policy would be training and also working with the l'Éducation nationale, the school system, to be able to create, I would say, vocations within this industry. We have already seen a certain amount of our young farmer students who have embraced careers in this area, but we want to be able to really stimulate much more and have a real I would say, industry. And with maybe by 2027, 28, we would see how many youngsters are really willing to embrace a career, so that they could be what you call a BTS, maybe, or other levels that could be implemented on the island in order to really encourage and to train. Because right now, and Fabiola mentioned it a while ago, we have about 50, 60 businesses that work within the scope of audiovisual production and cinema and all of this. The idea today is also to put in place training programs, so as to have these persons that are already in areas of the activity be more better trained and be more performant in these sectors. And I mentioned it also, persons who might not feel that they are directly within the scope of this industry. You'll take an electrician, or you will take a hairdresser or makeup, someone who has a salon. These are professions, for example, on we call it a plateau in French, but on a set are needed. So someone who's a registered electrician who sets up and works in working on the electrical work of a house and so on, can seek specific training, so that within the scope of his activity, he can have a certificate of being an electrician, also qualified in upon the set of filmmaking, because he would know exactly what are the different techniques and what are the things that are needed. So a normal electrician can expand his activity. Someone who has a salon, we know wherever filmmaking is concerned, you have the makeup, you have the hairdressing, you have all the works. Well, these are also areas where some of our local professionals can also develop their skills and be able to have their carte de visite, that they followed a specific training in being able to work on movie sets and so on. So it doesn't only concern persons who are behind the cameras, or persons who are holding the mics for the sound, or persons who are in the back office part and with the monitors, the engineers and so on. It carries a wide scope of different other activities or professions that plays a role within this industry.
Okay. All right.
Donnez peut-être quelques montants.
Oui, alors effectivement, donc le fonds est doté de 300 000 euros par la collectivité et 100 000 euros par le CNC. Et donc on a différents dispositifs qui visent à couvrir l'ensemble de la chaîne de création d'une œuvre audiovisuelle ou cinématographique. On a l'aide au développement qui vise à soutenir quand un producteur a une idée, il doit préparer son projet, donc il y a des dépenses, par exemple d'acquisition de droits artistiques, de recherche de financement. Donc on peut aider financièrement une société de production qui est dans cette phase-là de développement de son projet audiovisuel. Ensuite, on a une aide à la production. Donc là, on parle vraiment du tournage en tant que tel. Tout ce qui est dépenses de techniciens, de location de sets, de location de matériel audiovisuel cinématographique professionnel pour produire les œuvres. Ça aussi, on peut aider financièrement. Et enfin, une fois que le film ou l'œuvre est réalisée et créée, et ça c'est une spécificité de Saint-Martin, ça n'existe pas forcément dans les autres territoires et dans les autres fonds territoriaux, dans les autres régions, on a une aide à la promotion. Et c'est vraiment l'idée, c'est de pouvoir exporter la production audiovisuelle saint-martinoise, la faire connaître, faire en sorte que les créateurs puissent présenter leurs œuvres dans des festivals à l'international, faire des campagnes de communication numérique, ou autres pour promouvoir les œuvres. Donc on a vraiment tout ce champ-là de la création qui est couvert par ce fonds qui s'adresse, lui, pour le coup, monsieur le vice-président disait, donc la stratégie globale s'adresse à tout le monde. Là, le fonds s'adresse quand même aux professionnels du secteur, aux sociétés de production. Ça n'empêche pas, et évidemment, si vous avez des idées, de vous rapprocher soit de notre direction, soit du futur bureau d'accueil des tournages, pour avoir des informations. Et peut-être un auteur qui veut porter son œuvre à en faire une série, on peut peut-être le mettre en contact avec des producteurs pour justement mettre en marche un tel projet.
J'allais juste demander, est-ce que vous avez un accompagnement pour la constitution du dossier et tout ça?
Alors, c'est très bien que vous posiez la question. Déjà, toutes les informations sont disponibles sur le site internet de la collectivité. D'accord. On a vraiment mis toutes les ressources nécessaires sur le site. Donc, si vous vous connectez sur le nouveau site de la collectivité, vous avez en haut une petite rubrique qui s'appelle Économie. Vous cliquez dessus. Vous aurez tout de suite un bandeau avec un lien qui s'appelle Subventions aux entreprises. Vous cliquez dessus et là, sur la gauche, vous avez le fonds territorial d'aide à la filière. Et là, vous avez toutes les explications étape par étape de comment déposer votre dossier. Vous avez les dossiers à remplir et vous avez la liste des pièces justificatives. Et évidemment, vous avez nos coordonnées, vous avez notre contact, mail ou téléphone. Vous pouvez aussi vous rapprocher directement de nos bureaux. Donc, c'est les bureaux de la délégation Attractivité, Économie et Emploi qui sont situés à Concordia, au 31 rue Jean-Jacques Fayel. C'est au 2e étage d'une petite médiathèque. Pour ceux qui ne connaissent pas, voilà, on est à ce niveau-là, donc vous pouvez sans hésiter venir nous voir, prendre rendez-vous. On prendra le temps de vous expliquer, de vous accompagner pour que vous puissiez déposer vos dossiers. Information très très importante pour c'est pas vraiment un appel à projet, mais pour cette édition, pour cette année en tout cas, pour ce fonds, vous avez jusqu'au 22 août de cette année pour déposer les dossiers. Pourquoi ? Parce qu'après, une fois que les dossiers sont déposés, on a tout un processus de sélection.
Vous faites par an ou ?
Alors, cette année, on en a, disons, une édition parce que, en fait, on a des comités de lecture qui doivent se réunir pour faire la sélection des projets. Les comités de lecture, c'est des comités composés de professionnels du secteur qui vont regarder à la fois l'intérêt artistique de votre projet, sa faisabilité technique, économique, de votre projet, qui va donner un avis avant que la collectivité se prononce sur l'attribution ou non de la subvention. Et donc ces comités-là, pour cette année, on en a prévu un qui doit se réunir normalement, je parle sous ton couvert Fabiola, mais c'est au mois
d'octobre. Effectivement, voilà. Cette année, il y aura un seul comité. L'an prochain, on va essayer de couvrir plus largement. Donc l'an prochain, il y aura 2 comités. Simplement, aujourd'hui, on est sur une annualité par rapport à nos conventions. Donc c'est pour ça que les producteurs ont jusqu'au 22 août pour nous déposer leur dossier. Cependant, s'ils rencontrent des difficultés dans la constitution des dossiers, on reste à leur disposition qui se rapprochent de la collectivité, puisqu'ils demeurent notre priorité sur la structuration de la filière sur le territoire.
Okay. Maybe just a little translation of that part of information that is very important. For 2025, the fact that the fund has been recently created, a convention signed, we would have until the 22nd of August for all persons who have a project, all persons who want, who would be seeking, I would say, financing for their film, etc., to submit by the 22nd of August. And during the month of October, there's the commission that is comprised of professionals, will study each request, each file, each project, and make a recommendation to the collectivity in terms of validating an amount for the film or for the project. Okay, we only would have one commission this year because the whole project started just as I mentioned recently. But on a yearly basis, you would have at least 2 commissions that will be and 2 time span where projects can be submitted and files being completed to be able to obtain financing. But this year, by the 22nd of August, make sure that you get all the information and your file is in. If you need any information or assistance to be able to complete your file, do not hesitate. Our services are at your disposal at the address that was given. It is in Concordia. It is 31 Rue Jean-Jacques Fayel. It is the building that is in the angle with Rue Soleil Levant and Rue Jean-Jacques Fayel, just above the Mediathèque.
A yellow building.
It's a yellow building above the Mediathèque, where you can get all of the information. And do not hesitate as well on going on the collectivity's website, where you would also be able to have all the information needed.
Good. All right. Monsieur Sébastien, tu as tes derniers mots?
Bah, écoutez, je ne peux qu'encourager tous les porteurs de projets qui ont des initiatives dans ce secteur à aller sur le site internet, se renseigner et puis venir nous voir. Avec plaisir, on vous accueille, on vous donnera toutes les informations nécessaires pour encourager ces projets de qualité. C'est vraiment l'objectif d'avoir des projets de qualité, d'avoir des œuvres tournées à Saint-Martin qu'on pourra retrouver sur Netflix, sur les plateformes, dans des festivals. C'est vraiment l'objectif de ce fonds, c'est d'avoir ce type-là de réalisation et cette ambition. Donc, venez nous voir nombreux, on est à votre disposition.
Madame Yuel.
Alors, le dernier mot, je laisserai au monsieur le premier vice-président Richardson. Je pense que Sébastien...
T'as rien pour ajouter, non?
Non, pas aujourd'hui.
Pas aujourd'hui, ok.
Not today.
Monsieur VP.
Yes, no, what I want to insist upon. Maybe the time span may seem short for persons who have a plan or project, but what is important to know, even maybe if your project is not fully, I would say, is not ripe or mature totally, do not hesitate to already take contact with our offices and our personnel, because they would assist you in getting ready for next year, for example. It is a process. As we've indicated, regardless to the stage of your project, whether it is you have the idea, you're working on the script, or maybe you have to purchase the copyright of a local writer or so, all of that can also be funded. If you are at a stage where you already have your script and everything is ready to roll, you can also obtain financial assistance. If your film is already completed and now have to be presented to festivals and so on, at that level as well. So do not hesitate. August 22nd is an important date for the projects and the professionals who are ready to go, and for all of the others who want to get in the starting block, make sure you use the opportunity. Our website, the collectivity website, our office and our technician who will be more than willing. But we really look forward in seeing in maybe the next 2-3 years a really, how must I say, well-structured activity in the sector of filmmaking and so on. We want St. Martin to really be not simply a territory that other professionals from off island are using or can use, but to be able to really develop a local industry as well. And we know we have the talent, so do not hesitate.
Definitely.
Make use of this whole framework that we have put into place, and our students who have been successful in their back and different diplomas understand and know that there is opening in terms of this new sector of economy, cinema, audiovisual, the whole scope of activities around this new industry that this island is willing to embrace and encourage. So in your study, your choices, do not forget that there will be opening and opportunities for you.
Good. Great. Thank you so much, guys, for coming. C'est un plaisir. The word was out there. J'ai bien compris. J'ai pu échanger avec vous. Alors, c'était bien. Alors, I hope that the young people do understand too what they have in place for us. So, if you're in that sector, please approach. You could visit them at the what's the place?
The building. It's our office that is located in Concordia.
Yes.
31 Rue Jean-Jacques Fayel.
Yes, you could find them there.
And also you go on the website.
Médiathèque.
It's above the Mediathèque.
Okay. I see where
the
now.
small Mediathèque is not a big one that has been damaged and that it will be renovated soon.
Okay.
It is the road coming down from the social. You have the road or the roundabout, Social Security and the CAF. You take that road, come down. It's at the end of that road, the yellow building.
Great.
Upstairs.
Great. Thank you guys for coming and
thank you for having us.
Yes, it was definitely a pleasure. Thank you. You could view this program as much as you want on Facebook. I was here with you guys today. Now I'm supposed to have another interview. Hope that they're still there. But see you guys in a bit. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Why did you come into my life? Why so much effort just to waste my